Vedanta's share has surged nearly 11% in 2 days on hopes that the big restructuring plans announced on Friday will unlock shareholder value. However, the optimism over the six-way demerger is tempered by the parent company's debt scenario. The company has to pay back nearly $4.5 billion in the next 18 months.
A decade ago, Anil Agarwal embarked on a mega consolidation at his group's metals to crude India business under Vedanta Limited to drive valuations. He now plans to undo much of that again to unlock value amid debt woes. On the evening of 29 September, the 69-year-old Agarwal's operating company, Vedanta, received approval from its board of directors for a major reorganization into 6 separate listed independent companies. These companies are Vedanta Aluminium, Vedanta Oil and Gas, Vedanta Power, Vedanta Steel and Ferrous Materials, Vedanta Base Metals and Vedanta Limited. Shareholders of Vedanta will now get 1 share in each of the 5 new listed companies for every 1 share held in Vedanta Limited through a simple vertical split. There will not be a fresh public offer and hence no cash infusion into the group. Volcan Investments, the ultimate promoter entity of Vedanta and the investment holding vehicle for major shareholder Anil Agarwal, will be renamed as Vedanta Incorporated. After the reorganization, it will be the sole or majority owner of 17 investment vehicles. However, troubles are far from over for Anil Agarwal. Analysts feel the massive reorganization exercise does not address Vedanta's debt obligations and that the consolidated debt across all its proposed entities still remain the same. Vedanta Resources has outstanding dues of $6.4 billion. Of this, it has to repay around $1.4 billion in the next 6 months. Around $3 billion plus interest has to be paid by March 2025. There are reports that Vedanta could sell its demerged steel subsidiary by March to reduce the group debt. Though the company claims that it has a repayment plan in place, most analysts have maintained their sell rating on the stock, casting doubt on its funding gap and a lack of focus on core operations. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
Earlier in the day, I also spoke to Avinash Goraksha, Director Research at Profit Mart Securities, to find out whether Anil Agarwal's strategic move to demerge Vedanta will help him really clear the impending $4 billion debt obligation and whether the move can truly unlock value for shareholders. Vedanta is clearly the talk of the town as far as the markets are concerned. Help us understand first up your view of how you analyzed the news of this 6-way split that the company is going to be doing, and do you really feel this is going to be good news for Vedanta the company and also good news for Vedanta the shareholders? How would you analyze this?
No, I think, Sakshi, the Vedanta demerger actually has come as a very big surprise to the markets because, see, clearly earlier Mr. Anil Agarwal was focusing on the consolidated entity, and now they have decided to split the entire company into 6 different entities. Vedanta, will be the holding company. They will have control over Balco as well as Hindustan Zinc. So typically, holding companies don't get a significant premium. They trade at a discount to the market. But as far as the others, companies are concerned, I believe the investors, the shareholders would now get an opportunity to participate in these companies, in a very focused manner. And typically, market loves, companies which have got focused businesses. So the earlier model was of a consolidated entity. But the real reason for the demerger, according to me, is the fact that, there's a large amount of debt repayment which the company has to make by FY25. And I think on a consolidated basis, actually, it would have been very difficult. So I think the demerger is just a proposal to ensure that the debt repayment gets paid fast. So my sense is, there are going to be many ifs and buts. The demerger, first of all, has to be approved by the institutional shareholders. And most importantly, we are not aware how the debt is going to be distributed amongst all the companies. So I think it's going to be a little wait and watch before one actually comes at a clear view on the overall demerger which has been announced.